He wants the fancy stuff.
The fancy stuff. Well, welcome to Heroes Unleashed. I'm your storyteller. Today we have a bunch of rat bastards. Yeah, I know I'm being.
Oh shit! Turn off my light.
Damn.
I am not Peacekeeper.
Today we have Vona Lee, Morgan, some Mexican in the corner, looks like a penis, and a black guy who's about to pass out from exhaustion. A black guy is playing an Indian with no accent.
Because he's a New Yorker.
Right. No New Yorker ever had accents.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I know a ton of them. I was working at Morgan Stanley not too long ago, like 2-3 years ago. All of them had it.
When last we left, everyone, this was the planning breakout session because there was an estimated 2-hour time frame, 2-hour window between the current time and some supposed super bad event that's about to go down. So let's all refresh. Let's refresh no one, because no one's watching. Let's refresh our non-viewers on what everyone was doing. We'll start with, and Theory was not here last time, so you're just gonna have to get caught up on stuff.
Yes, I missed a lot.
Yeah, Theory got a job. I ain't trying to be all responsible.
Shit, one night I had a crisis. I didn't even know what happened. I missed. So basically, I really kind of missed like 2 games.
Right.
Don't say crisis in a superhero situation. We'll end up rebooting everything.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
Kill him.
Yeah, seriously.
We'll end up. So what you're saying is we'll end up with the universe where Spanky's character has underwear on the outside of his pants.
I am not Captain Underpants. That's the character's name.
You are the epitome of Captain Underpants, even when you're trying not to be.
I am not a split personality man. It's a principal at a school. Whose other persona is a fucking superhero with his underwear outside his pants.
All right, that being said, Id and Abby were set off for their investigation. And because Seraph is not present, I will say that he, or it, because Seraph has no gender, it went with Id and Abby.
Go with they.
All right. They went with it. Well, he's a machine, so technically an it. So
But he identifies as something, so
yeah.
He has confidence in
right, fine.
AI, so they.
Fine. All right.
Not to mention he's not from the Deadlights, so
he's apparently he's pro AI, which is fine. I don't want to. What is it? I don't want to lose our artificial intelligence viewers.
Oh wow!
Yikes! So they're gone from the HQ. That leaves the 4 of you to decide what you were doing. So recap me what you were doing. Sage.
Sorry, having technical difficulties with my cat.
Keep your pussy in check. That's all I got to say.
On Zoom. I don't know how that could play out. It's part of what I'm doing.
Yeah, this might be a short
okay,
game.
Hold on. You might want to yawn and then talk because I can't understand what you're saying when you're yawning and talking at the same time.
I sent you a message on Zoom, so I'm not sure how that's going to play out now. As far as what we're going to be doing or what we want to do. And the next thing is, not sure how viable it would be to go to the curator's home, being that it's not in the U.S., it's in Germany.
Wait,
And
you did? Because I didn't see it. I'm not seeing a damn thing.
On your personal, on Zoom.
I was just putting all the clues together and writing everything.
Dude, the last thing I got from you was October 27th. Is that what you're referencing?
I think, hold on. Yeah, 240 something.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing. If it's at all possible. That and well, finding out what the rest of the crew is going to do as far as this event coming about to happen in about 2.5 hours or so, and not sure if damn it, hold on a second. Not sure if Ancient Rivers is gonna give the go-ahead to go to see the curator. And final thing would be talking to Ramirez, I think is her name. The witch. That's about it.
Okay. All right, so going over a couple of these things from your notes. The answer to your first question is possibly. The answer to your second question is no for right now because both players are not present. And the answer to your third question is, what are you talking about?
From the list that I had given you, and her with the conversation that we had. Not you and I, the character and I, the both characters, and how I wasn't fully trained, which is part of the conversation that I want to continue with Ramirez. While I wait for the okay or plan.
All right, so just as an FYI, flight time from LA to Germany is at least 12 hours.
Yeah, it's quite a bit, even with an expensive
yeah.
5 jet, whatever. It'll still take about 6 hours pushing it. So I know it's going to take some time. And that's the reason why I'm kind of like in the balance. Does she want me there? Does she want me here? What is the team going to end up doing? While filling in that gap, I'm still talking to Ramirez with regards to that third question and following up on the conversation that we had. And as far as that first question was concerned, I'm going to let these guys know that in right now, this information is getting, as we're gathering all our collective information, something dawned on me that the doctor, the supposed doctor that was not supposed to be on call, looks a lot like the drawing that Morgan did about the guy that was in the tapestry.
Yeah, I don't know where you shaved off 6 hours of flight time with a private jet, but that's not how that works.
Concorde is 3 hours. 1 hour from LA to New York. And
Fat,
2 hours to France.
the fastest jet and the most direct route, but it's still a long time either way.
Yeah, I'm looking at a flight calculator. It's not.
Yeah, it's gonna give you the regular air traffic control and standard air routes. Private airlines do not follow those guidelines.
Why wouldn't they?
They're federal or they're undercover.
Why wouldn't they?
Because
Huh?
If the FAA is literally the.
I'm talking about if you're gonna do a Black Ops op, it's not gonna be
Oh, you
registered.
mean? Oh, I understand what you're saying. Like,
That's what I'm saying. The times you're gonna see, on Google are the times that are for commercial traffic. They're not the ones that are off the books.
So okay, so this is my question, right? What you're saying is, barring people telling you when you can fly, when you can't, and understanding that information because there's air traffic, it would still be faster?
Because they have to take different routes, gas up. There's a whole bunch of regulations that go to flights, on commercial flights. Something that doesn't have to be taken into account with either a private jet or whatever other means of transportation that they're doing. Like
So-
times of flight hours, how long people can stay. If you've noticed, if you've taken any flights at all lately, most flights, they'll try and keep it under 4 hours now, instead of the normal 5 to 6 hours that they would normally do. Like a while ago.
Going where? To Europe?
No, I'm talking about like international flights. Like I guess you could call it local if you're going South America.
Okay, so
If you're going to Europe, though,
international is anywhere outside of the States, and domestic.
yeah, anywhere outside of states.
Anything with it.
When you go to Europe,
My question is.
there's like 3 stops minimum.
So my question is.
Where you're going?
No. My question is, we're gonna totally negate math when it comes to travel time and velocity. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes. They have developed.
That's the part I was trying to understand.
They have developed warped. They have developed subsonic warp technology.
They do travel time, but there's the direct route, straight line, and then there's the route.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at
pan
direct
out.
route.
Okay, all right. Route or not?
The direct route is about 6 hours.
Right? Okay, route or not?
I think.
Right?
No, the
Speed
direct route is
and
12 hours.
velocity and distance still play a part of arrival time, regardless if you have FAA approval or not.
Dude,
That's still
talking
something
about
that
a
happens.
straight line as opposed to a curve.
Can
It
we
doesn't
continue? Don't worry about it. Let's continue.
Matter because the world is not flat. So
Wait,
you're
wait,
going to
wait.
be
It's not
flying
another-
around
Hold on for a
anyway.
second. The world's not flat.
Dude,
All right,
it's
I'm
not
outta
about
here.
it being
No.
flat or
We're
not.
going, if this is where we're going, I'm out of here. I'm telling you.
I'm just asking.
Anyways,
a question.
it's like actually I agree with Spanky. It's irrelevant right now. It really is.
I'm
Let's
just
continue
asking a
with the
question.
game. We don't have that much time.
But hold on, you're gonna lose him his right wing crackpots and his liberals in one conversation.
World's not flat. That's one throwing me for a loop, or for a straight line. Okay.
The only part that's relevant is that it's much longer than the time we've got.
Anyway, a direct route is at least 12 hours, and that's nonstop. I was just looking at it.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay, so that's legit right there. That's
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
yeah. Anyway,
You did the math on that already.
Yeah, it's
via Google.
it does
So-
all the math.
Right, and that's assuming that it's going sonic speed of
Yeah.
500 miles per hour.
Yeah.
But if the plane is faster than that, then it might shave it down by maybe like, an hour and a half at the most, maybe 2.
From New York to Paris is 3.5 hours on the Concorde.
Yeah, but they don't have those flights anymore.
Actually, they reinstated it. They started them again. But they're like,
All right, guys. Does it really matter? Even at the fastest flight, if that were the case at 3.5 hours, it's still longer than what we've got.
yes. Actually, no, it's about the same. But,
Oh, it's 2.5 hours what we got.
You're assuming that Hal's gonna let you do that, Dave.
Ah. What are you talking about, Dave? Okay. So you're waiting on that. So, rather than sift through all the stuff that you sent me before, refresh my memory in real time of the awakening. What are you specifically referring to? Or is that something you don't want anybody to know yet?
No, it's just the list that I gave you. The suggestions, way back. That's all it was about.
That's great. And I just said, rather than go back and sift through that, can you just...
surmise it, please.
It's not a sifting, it's a document. You've got it.
No,
He's asking you to explain it easily and fast.
dude, I get it.
That's easier and fast anyway.
You clearly have it in the front of your...
Look it up
in
anyway.
the front of your mind.
I don't remember anything that was on that list.
Okay, so you don't remember, but I'm supposed to remember?
I'm not asking you to
No.
remember. I'm saying you got it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Give me a sec.
Anyway, so Theory and Vona. Vona, what were you doing in this time frame while everybody was planning and scheming and plotting?
Between meditating my PPE and ISP back and giving detailed descriptions of all the prophecies, visions, and whatnot I've had up until this point, so we can have that information in the pool of let's figure out what the hell we're doing, otherwise we're gonna die.
Okay, so give that to me in smaller bite-sized chunks. So if you're the meditating and the recovery of your ISP, that's easy. As far as anything substantive that you're going to bring to the group.
Yeah. Okay. So you know how you've given me a few visions over the course of the gameplay.
Sure.
I'm going to be going over those and the names that were carved into the table.
Yep.
In the RV and whatnot. And because we each have different parts. There's the technological aspects of the puzzle. There's the mystical aspects of the puzzle. And we're trying to pool our resources and information.
Sure.
So I'm going to be giving detail, like my journal has my visions in it.
Okay.
So I'm going to be sharing my journal with them and going over my vision.
Okay. Which leaves Theory the Philosopher.
Okay. Last thing I remember was when we got back to the camp.
You were at the GSTF HQ. Their commandeered HQ that they were allowed to share, which was in fact belonging to Dr. Acosta. So that's their mobile HQ at the moment, because he has a slightly more protected, thanks to Seraph and his efforts. But that's where you are right now. At this point, everyone was trying to information gather and pool their collective experiences to formulate some sort of strategy, some battle plan, if you will.
Somebody healed my hands enough where I can move them again.
Yes, the spellcaster, Her name is Veriga. They call her Veriga the Witch.
Okay.
A moniker that she does not enjoy, but doesn't do anything to dissuade anyone from that. She healed you. She's utilizing energies that she shouldn't be utilizing, but seeing you in the desperate pain that you were in, she was compelled to act. So now this is where everyone's doing their breakout sessions. Id and his partner Abby, they've decided to take a side route to investigate the person that's been blackmailing Id or threatening Id with the death of his friends and family if he did not comply and provide the book.
Right.
Seraph has some information that was pertinent to their investigation, so in lieu of Seraph being here with you now, with the group, he went with them.
Okay.
Dr. Acosta is away.
Right.
He's on sabbatical, unfortunately. Hopefully he'll be back. But that leaves you guys, the director of the director of cybersecurity, which is I can't remember his name now. Starts with an M, I'm sure. But the director of cybersecurity, he's there. He's working alongside with random agents, security, and the four of you.
What was the outcome relating to my sister? Because I know that particular night when the building collapsed, and all those people died. What was the outcome relating to her?
Your sister's still under observation. They had to encase her in I think the pod that Captain America was birthed from. It's
What was whom?
it's lined. It's lead lined. It's radiation shielded. She's emitting a ton of ambient energy, of highly not volatile, but it is of an origin that they can't quantify just yet. The only reason when anyone knows it's quantum energy is because of Seraph.
Okay.
Well, you were tertiary to that. Seraph he had the instrumentation to figure it out.
Okay. They're basically keeping out. I guess I'm gonna ask everybody what they're trying to do. What because did everybody explain to me the event that's actually happening about like the giant situation that they did? Everybody did explain that to me, right?
What are you talking about?
Wasn't there like some giant event that's the reason why we're doing all this?
Astrologically, they had determined, and through a brief perusal through the book, they were able to come up with a timeline of 9 events, 9 cascading events, each leading to a final, a sort of D-Day countdown 0 event. So starting from 9 down to 0. You're all currently, if I'm not mistaken, on event 5. Event 5 is what's about to occur in the 2-hour window, give or take 2 hours.
What is the 5th event?
Don't know yet. They're trying to triangulate it.
What was the previous 4?
Do you guys remember?
The last one was that black spiral that turned people into creatures and stuff like that. The one prior to that, and that was in London, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was also Pinhead's coming out party.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
There were the giant worms that appeared, the interdimensional worms that appeared in downtown Los Angeles. There was
those were fun.
there was the attack in Great Britain. Then there was the hospital issue. No, I don't think that wasn't what you were talking about, was it?
Yeah,
That was
that was one of them.
okay.
There's the hospital. There's London. There's Ben. There's the worms, and there was the event that led us to the worms, which was when Mike's character first gets reprogrammed with the monks, and the book itself twice.
Okay. So
Oh, no, there's one more. There's Danny, if you call that an event as well.
no, I wouldn't consider that.
Well, that was part of the same event anyway.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it wouldn't be a separate event. So each one of them, they don't necessarily correlate, but time-wise, they do. Meaning, there's the similarities between each event is only in that they occurred at or around the time frame that they were able to calculate down. And each event resulted in the loss of life.
Clearly. Because nobody could really do anything.
Well, I'm hesitant to say no one can't do anything. I think the investigatory portion of the players, or not the players, but of the characters, has been less than stellar. It's been more a call to action, but I think everyone's realizing it's not just a call to action.
Right.
Well, that's not really our fault, is it now, GM?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Kind of hard to investigate when you got somebody up your ass wanting to kill you. Just saying.
So,
I sent you the list. A lot quicker than you read it than I go over the fucking list. It's not that long, but it's in bullet points anyways.
so I guess since my sister is
This is still being observed.
that I
Under observation.
am I able to what time is it right now? 'Cause it was mostly nighttime. Yeah.
Actually, it's right around 10 a.m.
All right, so at some point I got some sleep.
Yeah. Unlike you, your character had slept.
Yes. I sleep, I just don't sleep as much. Yeah, so I finally got some sleep. But I guess my general thing would be
Beep, beep, beep.
make sure that I'm able to get updates on my sister's progress, if any. I know it just happened,
Mhm.
right?
No, fuck you. Go to hell.
But he's not here, but I guess I go check on Dean to make sure that he's okay, because he's still got issues with whatever's going on with him since he actually waited to
I need you to speak up or get closer because I can barely
oh sorry,
hear you.
he's made it to I go check on D because he was my first friend of this group, right? So I basically just go check on him to see how he's holding up, and then I guess I just
Well, considering the issue with D is that because of his ultra specialized skill set, He's essentially just an observer until the action starts.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's basically the muscle. Got it.
The arcane muscle.
Yes. What do I do?
Your sister is not like in a protected area. It's an open spaced warehouse. You have a section cordoned off. They put up makeshift tents so that everyone can go into certain areas. There's with communications, with logistics. She's in an area to the farthest end of the warehouse. I haven't been inside an actual warehouse in a very long time, but they can be pretty long. So as long as a football field, in my mind, you're at one end of the one end zone, and she's at the furthest end. So 100 yards away, 300, aka 300 feet. You can see they have her set up with the egg-like womb, the metal womb, with a lot of piping coming out from the bottom that's feeding into a lot of electrical lines.
I'm going to be obviously concerned about her. So I'll monitor what's happening.
Fue una del sur, una del sur.
What is Adolfo's character's name again? Sorry.
Sage.
Sage is obviously here, and so is Morgan. Right. So, can I go monitor? Monitor what's going on with
You'll get there.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah. Omri. I'm trying to think of my sister's name. I make sure I do that, and then I go and I speak to Sage about what the plan is, because he seems to, not that he is the leader, but he seems to fancy himself to be the leader, or at least he has some general knowledge of everything that's going on, and seems to be a planner. So,
okay.
I go to Sage. Where is Sage in the
Sage is he's in the infirmary. He's talking to Variga. She's sitting up on her bed, and she's calmly explaining to you that her abilities do not work in the way that you're asking her. Awakening latent abilities is not something that she does. She's more of a healer, diviner, a prophet. She has the gift of prophecy. Although, as of right now, with all this dark energy around her, she's essentially prevented from seeing past a certain point. Because what exists beyond that point is just too dark and too terrible. So clearly something bad is coming. She just is unable to do it. So she sees you coming, and her her face brightens. Now if you're picturing a woman, picture this woman as she looks. She's approximately 5'3". She has olive skin, a lot of grays in her hair, but there's youth in her face that belies all this trauma, because she has a sweater on that's covering a hospital gown. You can see incisions and tubes.
So she's aged prematurely.
Yeah, well, whatever's happened, it's taken its toll. So seeing you, she turns and she's like, "We'll pick this up Mr. I'm sorry, Mr. How are you feeling? Mr. Patel, right? Patel, that's what it is?
Thanks to you, I can at least, move my digits.
And she has her hands out, and beckons you forward, and
okay.
takes your hands into hers, and she looks and oh, this is lovely. I'm happy to see that you're up and about.
Yeah, it's been a very trying day. Thank you for your help.
Yes,
I
no
didn't
thanks
get-
necessary.
I didn't get your name.
So it's just my name is Variga, and you, of course, Agent Sage here.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
So I give Theory a nod.
all right.
Is there any word on your sister?
They're just monitoring her progress. I'm gonna keep checking on her as often as possible.
It's
That's,
like, you should probably visit her. I can feel her. I can feel her
Anxiety.
her fear.
all right. I just left there. I came to just have a small conference with Sage to get some more to get a little more acclimated to
Okay.
everything that's happened in the past 12 hours.
Yeah, one of the nurses comes over. She's like, "Well, that's perfect timing because this young lady needs her rest.
All right.
So, if you gentlemen wouldn't mind."
So, all right. So then, all right.
In other words, she's looking at you like, get the fuck out of here.
I move. I leave. I leave. Go. I leave.
So it's just like, and I'm afraid your dog is going to have to go too.
He's still alive?
Yeah, we retroed the timeline.
Oh, got you.
Only because there was a snafu in the whole timeline. Anyways,
It's fine.
So-
I'll kill the dog later.
Yeah, we'll poison him. Kibbles and Bill.
Dog runs out in front of the creek, crash, burn.
So, Sage, can you catch me up? Because so much has happened in such a short time that I just don't even know how to process everything. Like, my day started out where I just went to work and ended up watching two security guards get murdered with an artifact in my museum, to killing possessed firemen in my building, which now is no longer around, to watching my sister now being consumed with some kind of quantum energy, and us fighting some kind of like goop creature inside my building, to us being here. What the fuck is going on?
All right, so point over towards
In the best chronological order, up
point
until
over towards the lab where they're doing the testing on the creature. And I'm like, well, they're trying to get answers now about that. So keep us updated to that. It's one question answered. The others, come with me.
all right.
Go into one of the terminals, open up the file, the secured file, and I go, have at it. It's all there for your viewing pleasure in as best order as possible. And this will catch you up with everything that the entire crew knows. At least as far as I know.
Okay.
That would be the events. That would be, I would give you a totality of how many deaths have occurred so far.
Mm-hmm.
And everything leading up to the next event that's going to be in about 2.5 hours, which we don't know what it is.
Okay. So
But yeah,
So I sit down and I start going through everything. Do you have? I said.
now if you ever need
you have
a real recap,
do you have a plan? With everything happening, do you have a plan?
I wish I could tell you yes, but no, there is absolutely no plan. We have been reacting to the occurrences as they've been occurring. We're literally playing catch up at the worst time possible.
Mm.
Now, there is a plan in fact, but I'm not sure how viable it's going to be.
Right.
And it's a gamble. That's what Detective Johnson and his partner are doing right now. I guess, what's Mike's character name? Stefan? Is going, actually, Dr. Costa. Dr. Costa decided to join them and bait Detective Johnson's antagonist, some German dude or lawyer or something that has threatened him and I believe his family in order to get the book. So they're right now working on trying to set up a trap where we can get our hands on that guy.
Got it.
But as far as
Well, you guys already know
During-
my
no clue.
you guys already know my skill set and my abilities. So
Yeah,
if there's anything
actually, you know what?
I don't know.
What time is it again?
10 in the morning.
About 10, 11
In the morning.
in the morning.
I've got an idea, but I don't know if they would authorize it. Let me see if I could check with Agent Rivers. I give Agent Rivers a call on the intercom.
Also, you're part of this GTSF organization, correct? Did I say that right, Lou?
Yes,
GSTF.
it is the GSTF,
Yeah.
and I am connected to them.
When you mean connected, do you mean you work for them, or you're an independent contractor, or you just
The best way to explain it, is that I work with them on situations such as this, the paranormal, where I'm from, like in Spain, actually in Europe. But my family's business is this. However, when it gets out of control and the supernatural tends to start to get an upper hand, my family, along with a few others, get contracted or called on. So you can say, yes, we are GSTF members when the need arises.
Who would I speak to if I wanted to?
Join
Yeah.
or be an independent contractor? That's easy. The one I'm
Okay.
calling now,
Um,
director.
I'm interested.
Okay. So you could, well, I asked her if she's,
Clearly, I'm now part of something bigger, and I believe that.
oh yeah, this is a life-changing event, Gary. Your life is not going to be the same ever again.
Well, and I take off my glove and show him my like that was apparent when I put this on.
Well, let's just say that compared to what you've just stepped into is a grain of sand compared to the ocean. If you catch my drift.
That was very cryptic.
That was just that was just the opening. That was just you stepping through the mirror, through the looking glass.
Damn, he just called you Alice.
That's what that was. What you just gotten involved in. I wish I could tell you that it ends as soon as we beat the bad guys, but this is an endless pit.
Well,
As long as darkness, as long as there's people wanting to destroy something or just outright want chaos, your life will forever be disrupted. If you care. There are those who have the power and ability and just don't care. But that's you can make.
well, as it stands, my sister is in a dire consequence of everything that's happening.
I don't know what that transformation was. I don't know what that transmutation took. I can't even begin to fathom what she's turned into.
I do
The
not.
problem here is we don't know whether she could be a force of good or just a force.
Well,
And just being a force of
all
nature.
I want to know is can she be cured of whatever's going on, or if it's something that has to be harnessed. I just want to know what to do to save
Well-
my sister. That's all I care about.
Well, the short answer to that is that everything can be cured. However, do we have the knowledge or the ability to do so? That's the real question. And whether the cure will kill her or not. Because there's such a thing that the cure could be worse than the illness. But the real problem here with your sister is we do not know the capacity that she now has with that power that she has. And we do not know whether she could be controlled or is she going to be an independent force all on her own, which is just as dangerous. So right now, her best interest is to try and control it as best as possible. And you will be a great help with keeping her anxiety low. Because I can only imagine what's going through her head right now. Scared to death. Normal girl all of a sudden has the power of a god. Like literally. And we're no closer to any answers. So I can understand your desperation and your concern. It's something I face every day. But we got to keep our heads together. We got to keep her cool.
Right.
That was quite inspirational.
Agent Rivers.
And long
Go for Rivers.
Would you be highly upset if I took a small crew, if they wanted to come with me and kind of sort of investigate Hammond?
You talking about that German archaeologist you've been talking about?
No. Talking about one of the families. The ones that are not tightly knit with the Simmons.
Oh. Well, how about...
Of course, it would be off the books.
Yeah, it would also need to be off comms. I'll be right there. Within 3 minutes... Harmon. I know what you meant. Within 3 minutes, she comes through the tent where you guys are, and she casts a glance over to a sleeping Veriga, and she's like, "How is she?"
She's doing better, but she's really weak. Whatever.
What the... All right, hold on. You're gonna have to say that all.
She's alive.
Say that all again because you had some serious interference.
In and out. Okay. She's doing better. Whatever decided to want to take her out really took a toll on her. It's a miracle she's alive.
Yeah, I'll say that. Okay, so I heard you. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't, but I think this is something that we need to do. Now I can't sanction it because I've been given explicit orders, but we don't have
To leave them alone.
to leave them be. So they clearly have their fingers in a lot of pies, and a lot of pies buys you a lot, and they've bought a ton of influence in DC. So much so that even my boss is feeling the heat for this task force. Now,
So I tell her.
I've
tell
been
her-
given explicit instructions not to interfere or investigate that family or the Simmons family. However, if during the course of you investigating something else, they should come up, well, then I suppose that could be fair game.
And as she says that, I bring up the on our Google stream the detailed building map that has to be registered for the warehouse. It's been twice now. Certain things have occurred at that warehouse.
Oh, that place. I've been instructed that no one is to go near that. No official agents of this organization are to go near that.
Well, look at that. There happens to be no official agents.
Since it just happens to be no official agents that I'm talking to right now,
So-
I really couldn't stop any private citizen from going to their property. You would be trespassing, but that's more of a local law enforcement matter. What do you need?
Little luck,
See,
actually.
right now my players are like, wait, he's telling us what do we need and he's gonna give it to us? That's where he's stuck right now. He's like, what? I'm gonna get stuff? Don't cry.
Forget it.
Well, let's ask around. Let's see what we do need.
Okay.
But I
It's
think
like-
we have the that are capable of being able to infiltrate that place, and being able to really either get information or track down somebody that may know something.
At this point, you guys start noticing that the lights that are in the immediate vicinity, and as you notice them first, you start looking around the entire facility. They're starting to brighten.
I'm not there, right? I'm in another room.
Yeah, but you do notice the lights. It's like
gonna
a
tell Brian to see what's going
a power surge.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Brian to find out.
Brian, that's the guy. He's just like, whoa, because you can see
Am
it on the monitors. It's just like,
Am I sensing evil?
no, you are not.
I'm thinking it's Ringo.
No. This might be your sister.
I'm not there.
No, not you. I'm talking the theory.
She she's just like, oh shit. It's just, Mr. Patel, I think you're going to be needed. So we've built a makeshift siphon and started feeding her energy back into the grid, because that seemed to be the best place to put it. But apparently, that's not enough.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So let's get you in front of her, calm her down.
All right. I go rush. Start talking to try to talk her down.
Okay.
So
And she turns to you and says, "You need to clue in the rest of your team,
I'm about to
then
do that now.
and then get moving."
Get on the comms and let Morgan Vona, if you're available, can you please meet me at the ready room?
Oh, head in.
Engage.
Yeah, put my papers down.
It's like, make it so. Okay.
If I
Theory.
come to it, I give it to Brian.
Yeah, they have those little golf carts and they zip you across. And as Agent Rivers is the one driving. She's like, "So, explain to me how this happened to your sister. Do you even know?"
I do not know exactly what happened. I just know that I went. We were investigating and went, and there was some kind of cryptic message about her. And we went to investigate. By the time we got back to my apartment, he was there alone with energy. Agent Acosta Agent.
Oh, I'm
Acosta.
sorry. He's actually not an agent.
Oh well, Mr. Acosta, with his special suit, found a way to contain whatever energy she had.
Yeah, that special suit. It's an interesting
Yeah.
bit of tech.
Yeah, and I guess was able to find a way to do that. So, and after that, everything else is, whatever happened, and we brought her here.
Do you have an do you
I don't
know?
what caused? I don't know what caused it.
Hmm.
I don't know why why it was caused. I just don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know what happened and how to reverse it. So obviously, you guys are creating some kind of energy sponge with the siphon to like.
Yeah, it's just that there's nothing that we have that can contain her. So we've been trying to bleed off some of her excess energy, but it seems as if it's tied directly to her emotional state, which is why we need to calm her down.
Got it.
Now,
And I drug her.
it's like I don't understand. I'm trying to get a connection. What's the connection? So you worked at the Antiquity Museum. You've
Yes.
according to my records, you just got into. You said you've been in LA for less than 6 months,
Yes.
and you're coming in from
New
New York City,
Yeah,
where you
and then-
curated this a similar sort of museum setup.
Yes.
Do you happen to know who the provider of that obelisk? If my memory is, I think my
yes.
memory is clear. That it was listed. It was categorized as an obelisk.
Yes.
Do you know who the provider or the donator was?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna say it was the Simmons family, but that's just me.
Well, unless
Yeah, it wasn't Simmons family.
you're not there. They're in the cart.
Oh,
Genevieve Simmons. Yes.
That name again.
Genevieve
And
Simmons.
is it so you know her?
No, my assistant Nigel Thompson.
And where is Mr. Thompson right now?
I would have to call him. I know we spoke last night. And when I told him what happened,
You told him what happened?
well, I told him that the museum was something happened at the museum.
But did you
new
give
with
him
this whole-
specifics?
No, I just told him that something happened at the museum. I'm doing this whole secret identity, using my powers thing, so he doesn't know anything about what I actually experienced while I was there.
So,
So-
I'm going to ignore the fact
Well,
that you're an unregistered vigilante in my city, and
Well, I
we'll
would like
skip
to change-
forward to the part where.
I'd like to change that, possibly.
Oh, I'm sure you would now that we know who you are.
Well, I mean,
That
now that I-
notwithstanding, is it Doctor or Mister? I don't.
no, just Mister. I'm not. I mean, well, I guess I have a doctorate. I just call it. Let's just go with Mister.
You could see in her face she instantly
Doctor.
regretted. She instantly regretted that question. And she's like, okay, so, like you're almost to your sister. As you get there, there is that viewing portal, at the top of the stairs where you can look in, and you can see that purple energy is fluctuating. It's lancing with white as it's just in a cone from that port. It's not shooting out, but it's brightly illuminating. And there's text. They have this battery of terminals. These huge industrial electrical cables that they had jury rigged to the bottom of it, and they're literally everywhere. There's like a small space for a person to walk to the stairs to get to it, but these cables are going in all directions as they're trying to bleed off that energy from her. Now, just before you get there, she says, did your sister say anything to you and meet anyone new? Did she say that she was doing anything different, different from her pattern?
No, Omri is she's a digital media consultant.
And do you know who she was consulting with? We're trying to develop a fact pattern.
I can't remember. She's pretty good at her job. You know, she's been doing the whole influencer thing and stuff recently, but I don't know all the particulars. I can't remember. But she also tends to network by partying. She's young. She's like in her early 20s, like 21, 22 years old.
And that would explain.
You know,
She's like, that would explain that. And her irrational fear. Is she, to your mind, is she claustrophobic?
Not since that time I locked her in the closet. Oh, I'm just kidding. No.
You get that side eye, like.
No, I don't believe. No, she's not claustrophobic.
Okay.
She's just like, she's out of everybody in my family, she's the one that's the most adventurous. She would like rock climb and hike. She would just do. She was parachuting for like the 21st birthday. So
it's safe to assume that she's a social butterfly, and you really don't have a grasp on her network, her own personal network.
No.
Great. Anything else?
She knows everything about me.
Yes.
We share a lot. She knows everything about me, but I don't know I don't even know if she has a boyfriend or not right now. She was in LA to help me. She was in LA to help me figure stuff out since I just moved. You know, I'm separated right now. I don't know who my wife is. So.
You mean she disappeared, or you?
I think she just left.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, and so how long has your sister been in Los Angeles?
About a couple weeks.
Wait, she's showing you around. She's only been.
No, she's not showing me around. She was in New York. She was visiting me.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, because of her job, you know, she's capable of networking and traveling.
Right.
So, like, even without her needing to make this a vacation, it's a work trip too.
Okay. Was there anything else in that museum that we should be on the lookout for that may pertain to this? There was something in the report about one of those one of those Indian weapons. What do they call them? It's like a circle, metal circle.
Chakram.
Dude,
Chakram.
you're not there.
Sorry.
Chakram.
That's it. She's like, that's it. We haven't been able to catalog it. Do you happen to have it with you, or know who on your team would?
I don't have it with me, but if it's
So
not
wait,
that,
if it's at your apartment, then
chakram. Did I have that at my apartment?
no. She's referring to the chakram that Morgan produces from his chest.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you weren't there for that, but
Okay.
she's describing it, but it doesn't necessarily ring a bell.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Okay. Well, here we are, and please do your best.
Sure.
It's just they've tried to sedate her, but there's nothing. Her physiology is completely changed. There's no chemical. There's no chemical way to sedate her.
Is the quantum energy? Well, it's quantum energy. So I don't. Let me see my skill set. I don't think I have physics, astrophysics, or anything in my skill set. No, I do not have astrophysics in my skill set. So, is the energy she's producing radioactive in nature of any sort?
It does emit concentrated bursts of radiation, not unlike thermonuclear radiation. But the problem is that we don't have the facilities to test whether it's lethal. We're just assuming that it is.
So do you have any protective gear here?
No, that shell is pretty fortified. But if it would make you feel better, we do have those those radioactive hazmat suits.
All right, I'm gonna get one of those. Put it on, my question for you, Lou, is I want to know like what the can I use my chemistry skill or my chemistry analytical skill or do I need metallurgy to know what kind of what they're using, what kind of metal or element or compounds they're using that she's in for that.
Without fully understanding your ability, I don't know that you have the ability to discern the types of objects that you're touching or that you're trying to emulate without having some foreknowledge of it.
All right. No, I was just asking about skill, from my skills alone.
Yeah. Looking at it, it looks like dulled steel. Okay. But that's really it. I mean, they have they have a bunch of markings on them, but they can mean anything. Just sequences of numbers and references to. In other words, it's written in a military language. So,
okay. All right.
If you don't have that background, it's going to be difficult for you to decipher.
No, I just wanted to know if I needed to roll anything, just kind of figure out what kind of metal they might be using to contain her. Again,
it is painted.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get past that to get underneath in order to really try to understand or ask. Right. So you come out of the tent. You come out of their tent with the hazmat suit on. They strapped a small oxygen tank. It'll last about an hour. Okay. Should you need that much time. The technician that was strapping you in, he's like, are you sure you want to do this? She's like super skittish, and it's because of that fucking doofus that this is happening right now. And one of the other techs is like, I just wanted to see. Just fucking sue me. I'm sorry.
She's my sister. I have to do this. I'm the only family member she has that's here, and I am. If I have to die for it, then I will. So
well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. But yeah, please, if anything you can do, is like he walks you as you're walking out. He's pointing at some instruments. You can see they're redlining. They're just beginning to redline. She said everything that we've set up here should be able to handle a city's worth of power, meaning to manage it. Okay. And we're already redlined, and it's only been 10 minutes. So we need to get this under control.
So when I enter, I guess I have to enter the containment area that she's in.
Well, the containment area is not there's no actual containment area. They just cordoned a section of it off, a bunch of wires, a bunch of industrial cables leading to the base of it, and there's it's a cylinder that rests on an octagonal platform with stairs that wind up from left to right, where you can go up and then take another 3 steps so that you can view it. Again, picture the section of that part in Captain America: First Avenger,
right?
Where you walk up to it and walk up the stairs to get to the viewing area, and you can see the light. He said, you're gonna need these, and he hands you a pair of really dark tinted goggles.
All right, put those on. I make sure my suit and everything, and I when I start approaching, I start speaking in start speaking in I think I have it as Pashto, it might be Hindi, whatever. But basically I don't speak
Farsi?
American.
No, that's Arabic.
It's Arabic.
Pashtun and Hindi.
Yeah. I start speaking to her in that language back.
Okay. Well, you can hear the word. You can hear the pulses of energy as they're like. It's almost as if the energy as it's being distributed through that cable network, it has a pulse. And you're getting closer to it, and you get closer to the platform. You can hear her talking in Hindi, and she's just praying.
Right. And I basically say to her in that language, I say, "Let me pray with you."
She says, "Gavi, are you there?"
Yes, it's me. Me, Omri. I'm here, Omri.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
Don't worry.
No
you're
one's
safe.
telling me anything.
You're safe. You're with me.
I don't see you. Where are you?
Am I able to touch her, or is she like?
You can climb up, climb the stairs and then look into the view, into the.
Right. And I come up the stairs. Can she see me now? When I
Okay,
look
so
through
she's like, "What are you wearing?"
Well, I'm wearing a hazmat suit. You're glowing.
You can see her. She just looks down. She's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. And
She's just like, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to control. I don't know how to stop this.
It's okay. It's okay, Omri. We're trying to figure it out.
She's emulating breathing, and she's just like, I don't know how to stop this. And
I put my hand to the glass.
she's just looking, and she's looking at it, and she can move a little bit. She has a little bit of give because of her size and the size of the container, and you can see she's just like, I don't know how to stop this. As she's saying it, she's starting to glow hotter.
I say, Omri, you gotta calm down. You got to.
She's like, she's like, Gabi, you know how much I fucking hate to be told to calm down. You can see the glass. It's not glass, but it's a heavily fortified, and you can see a small crack. Yeah, it's you can see a small crack on the inside.
When she says that, right? I don't have anything in mind, but I start telling a story about something that we did when we were kids. I'm like, yeah, like that time that I told you better not get that, and I use whatever food.
Yeah, she's like, what the
mom?
She's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And then what happened then? You got both of us in trouble, and I'm just like,
right, trying to divert her attention.
Yeah, and just like make her laugh and just like talk about.
It does work. To the point where you can see her starting to the illumination start. It definitely recedes to a more to a level where you can actually take the goggles off, and then just the surface of her skin is glowing, and there's waves of the energy of white energy interlaced with the purple of her skin. She's like, Gabi, this has got to be a dream. I need to wake up.
I wish it was Omri, but
it's like, why would someone do this to me? So, am I a freak? I'm a freak now.
It might be. They might have been trying to do something to get at me. Or
What?
It might be,
What are you talking about? You run a museum, the most boringest job on the fucking world.
But you know what I do. I've got this ring on my finger that allows me to do things.
It's like, wait a minute, your stupid flash ring is the reason why I'm this way. Now her skin starts to glow again.
No, it's not. Look, and I say, it's not my fault, and it's not your fault either. Whatever's going on is bigger than all of us.
It's like, what does that even mean?
I don't know. This sage guy I was talking to earlier, he kind of.
What are you talking about? Like an herb? Like the stuff you burn?
It kind of was leaking off. I'm not as insightful as him. Look.
You are the dumbest smart guy I've ever known.
You say that all the time. You say that all the time, especially when it came to marrying I can't remember my wife's name. Especially when I came to.
Oh,
marrying-
yeah. Oh, you mean Queen Bitch who took
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah. You were right about that one, for sure.
It's like, this is what I told you. You need to stay away from white women. But did you listen to me? No.
You know, I wanted to mix. I wanted a little white rice, and I wanted her to try a little brown rice.
I'm gonna pretend like and that calms her down. She's like, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that, and I certainly am not gonna tell mom and dad. She's like, oh my god, mommy, daddy, what? She's like,
Look, mommy and daddy, shoot. What about?
she's like, what are they gonna say about this? I don't give a shit about your stupid decoder ring. I'm talking about what this is. And again, the little crack.
Right. I just basically say to her like, I'm still talking to her. I say, hold on, I'm trying to find my stuff.
Like, what the hell am I gonna say? Who's gonna marry me now, Gabi? Look at this.
Oh, I say, you know what? It's a good thing Chaya's not here. You know, she'd be getting at both of us.
It's like, I don't. First of all, that bitch does not scare me. And second, now you can see her subside again. And second of all, this is stupid.
I know it's stupid.
It's like, I'm not even hungry. I should be starving. I haven't eaten forever. I love food. I can't taste anything. It's like it tastes like. It's like, you have to help me. You have to fix me.
We're doing everything. They're doing everything they can.
She's like you and those other. She's like you and those other. I don't know. There's a Hindi word for white boys. Is it you and them? Those are the guys.
Wait. Is everybody white besides me?
Well,
I'm British.
I'm not white.
What are
yeah, but
Mexican.
you're also not working on that project. So all
I'm a
she's
gypsy.
seeing, all
Gypsies
she's
are
seeing
not
is
white.
white people.
Yeah. Okay.
And to brown people, gypsies are white people. Just so that we're clear.
So black people were gypsies to white people.
All right.
That is so racist, sir. So racist.
Anyway,
true.
so she's just like, I don't. How long
said,
am I
look.
supposed to be in here?
I don't know, but just know that you're not. I'm here with you.
So don't you have to do some superhero, decoder ring thing?
I'm doing it right now. By
What are
being
you
here
talking about doing it right now? Are you?
with- I'm
She's
doing
like,
it
are you
right now
doing
by
something
being-
to this?
No. I'm. Look, you're taking away my little cool moment of like caring about my sister. I'm here for you.
What?
I love
So
you.
you're not doing. So she's like, so you're not doing anything like to bury me at sea or something. I've seen the movies, Gavi. I've seen them.
No. If I was
You
gonna bury
are a
you-
roller coaster ride, Eric.
If I was going to bury you anywhere, I would bury you, and I named some dog we had when we were kids in the backyard with him, and I laugh about it.
That is not funny. She's like, mommy told me that Auntie Chupra took him to a farm. It never occurred to me we don't have farms in our family.
No, we don't. We lived in an apartment building on the Lower East Side. What are you talking
It's
about?
like those liars.
Jesus Christ. We had a plant box where
I don't want to be here. It's like I have things to do. I had a life.
I know.
My viewers.
Sleepy. It's like, I'm not even tired. I've been awake this whole time. You know what that's like? You know what that's gonna do to my skin?
Oh my god.
Look at you.
Sparring from it glowing, insanely bright and generating heat. Yeah.
You're my big brother. So I say this with all love. Fuck you. Just, you know what? I'm okay. All right. I'm not gonna have a panic attack and burn the whole and set the whole world on fire. I'm fine. I need for you to leave now, Gabi.
All right.
At this point, you're the one that's going to set me off. Just get it. Just fix me. Fix what's going on.
I'll try. I definitely will definitely try. I say, and I give her whatever. I'm gonna make up something real quick, and I just do like this and touch the window, the screen, and that's like our thing to say like we got each other.
Okay. And she repeats it, but when she touches the let's call it plasteel, when she touches it, she's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that." You can see it just like as soon as she touches it, it starts to bubble.
No, and like, and then I say,
She's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry." She's looking out. She's trying to peek over. She's like, "Sorry."
so I say I'll be back, and I leave.
As you're walking away, he's like, "Oh, I'll be back." Okay, coming back to you three. What if anything are you doing at this point? So Agent Rivers is waiting, and you can see the technician that was talking to you. Let's call him Todd. Todd comes over to you. He's like, "Holy shit, that was close." She nearly overloaded the system 3 times. What did you say to her?
Oh, you told me. Oh,
Yeah.
I told her that Trump looks funny with his pants down, and I keep walking.
So as you're walking away and Rivers has a smile, he's like, all you can hear is like, "Is he fucking serious?" So it's just like, all right. So I'm assuming we're good.
Yeah. I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, I think Agent Sage is working on a plan. You maybe want to.
I'm just letting you know I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna take off. Okay.
Yeah, because I gotta get up like, super early.
That's cool.
So, but I will catch up with everything afterwards. I should be better the next. When's the next one?
In 2 weeks.
Let me look at the dates.
By the way, I expect I'll be gone next month.
Okay.
What do you mean you're gone?
He's going on the lam finally. They found him. They found him in witness protection. The one viewer we had was looking for him. He's like, "There's the chingong. Let's get him."
They had a national lottery. Unfortunately, the one that wins loses, and they get John stuff in the Antarctica. So that's where I'm going. Obviously.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice, cool, refreshing air.
So you're gonna be in Antarctica in 2 weeks?
I think he was being facetious, sir.
It was a joke, dude.
Oh God, sorry.
So yeah.
I'm tired. I was busting my ass. I was working my ass off.
He's like, "Wait, you're going to Antarctica?"
At least I didn't fall asleep on screen. So you know.
Well, it's happened before.
Improvements.
Right.
All right, so I'll see you guys on the next game.
All right, we'll talk to you.
That and you didn't fall over.
Right. Okay. So now we're back. We're back in the ready room.
With aluminum foil.
Go, you guys go.
Salami,
Actually, part of that
bologna.
plan included Eric, but he decided to bail.
Yeah, we'll probably end this early, but let's figure out what we're doing here.
Well, I was still translating everything so I can give it to Rivers.
Okay.
And putting everything together with the possibilities.
Okay.
Crunching the numbers, realizing he's gonna die.
he's
Even
I'm
if
always
he's
gonna
like,
die.
"I know the exact moment." Holy shit. 30. He's like,
Exactly.
5, 4, 3.
Wow. Well, it's just something simple. With everything that's been going on, there's one place in particular that's kind of been red flag with all the information that we've gotten. And it's this one location. I bring it up on the Google screen.
Mm-hmm.
Warehouse. There's been 2 incidents at that warehouse that have been recorded by different agents. You can call them. I think right now, since we absolutely have nothing to go on, that might be the best lead. I was actually hoping to incorporate Theory in this run, as he might be able to facilitate getting in to places that may not be accessible. With your arcane knowledge and awareness, with Morgan's tech savviness and actually plethora of skills that he has, and Theory's ability, I think we may be able to infiltrate without triggering much in the sense of alarms, security. Just know that if we end up doing this, there is no backing, there is no backup, there's no reinforcements, there is nothing. This is a la Mission Impossible. We will be disavowed.
We're already disavowed.
That's what I told Rivers. Now, if you need anything in particular, yourself, weaponry, gear, whatever it is, let her know.
Need a beer.
Okay, we'll ask her for the beer. I mean, right now,
Put together a list.
right now, she is willing to provide us everything that we need, because there will be no returning till we're done with this. Understand, if we're caught, we will. The most important question I gotta ask you right now is, how dirty are you willing to get?
Are you serious? I would never get myself filthy.
So what you're saying is you're willing to jump in with some people, but definitely not Roseanne Barr.
I don't mean that type of dirty. I'm talking about, do you guys have, if it comes down to it, can you kill?
Most life on Earth is ignorant. I don't see a problem removing idiots.
Vona?
Kill, I'm not trained in guns.
Don't necessarily have to use guns.
You have hands, right?
Only reason I'm asking is because the situation that we get into, if shit goes wrong, we're gonna have to fight our way out.
You could do that blinding flash stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and exchange the pistol that I got off of the agent that got possessed earlier for a shotgun.
You're gonna get some salt.
I felt rock salt coming.
Hey, my supply of rock salt was destroyed in my RV thanks to somebody.
Don't you have insurance?
I don't think it covers missiles.
It doesn't cover drone strikes.
It's a natural disaster.
Yeah.
It exploded. It was a gas leak.
Yeah, I did my best to try not to get us killed. So yeah, thank you. Well, welcome. Yes. Anyways, point is that those are the type of things that we're going to be going up against, more than likely. Heavily armed men, probably. People with magic, probably. And God knows what other tech or other shit that's going on. Especially if this AI that keeps popping up is part of their entourage or part of their protection, defense, or offense. We've got the deck stacked way against us in doing this.
Yeah,
And what we will find, if we'll find anything, because they've had enough time to cover their tracks. But hopefully their overconfidence will be the downfall, or we can probably catch someone. Again, if we do capture somebody, again, it's off the books. So we can't bring them here. Now, I'm just giving you the details with regards to this being a dangerous mission, and it's your choice whether you want to come or not.
I'm gonna dip into like the Gypsy contacts feature from my class and see if I can think of like someplace low key that we can stash prisoners.
Okay.
That would work. Okay, so our main objective is...
Yeah, you definitely have a couple of places that you could think of.
All right, so I'll say there's a couple of places I know where no one will bother us.
Okay, that's good to know. So the objective is very simple. We are information gathering, trying to see if we can locate anything on this event that's happening in the next couple of hours. If we need to, or if we locate someone from the Harmon family or the Simmons family or any of the family members, obviously it's going to be a capture and see what we can get out of the interrogation. Again, we're going to be on our own on this one. So hopefully we could just get in and out and work with whatever we can find. Also keep in mind that right now, as we're speaking, Dr. Acosta, Detective Johnson, and I guess his partner's name is Abigail, are working on setting a trap for the antagonist, the German dude that's after the book. That's another lead. So our backs are against the wall. I don't know what else we can do. Truth be told. And I do not like the position that we're in, because it seems like we're reacting to everything, and there's going to come a time in which we're not going to be able to react in time.
I have a question. We know the families, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
And they're the ones supposedly that made this deal with these mercenary creatures, correct?
We know that someone made a deal with them. We don't know which of the family or if all of them did that.
So why not just kill them all off, just to make sure?
Okay, do you know where they're located presently? If you have the...
I can probably find out. There's always a footprint now.
Okay, and you don't remember or you don't recall the information you sifted through that the AI purposefully eliminated all that information.
Yeah, and I also use a pen and paper.
I mean, from the moment that you started, okay, but from the moment you started, it would only be the limited information that was accessible to you. Now, if you have that information for all the families, that'd be awesome.
Understand though that you're also talking about potentially killing hundreds of people
and saving the planet.
That's not the point I'm
The
making.
needs of the many outweigh the few.
That's not the point I'm making.
Did you just Star Trek me?
Do we have the time to track down and eliminate enough people to where we don't have to worry about it anymore within the time we have?
I'm gonna turn to Sage and be like, is he talking? I mean, all I hear is gibberish.
Actually, he's making a point. We don't have the resources to...
You can't get a plane ticket. You can't charter a flight. You can't... Are you really that dumb?
No. Listen to what he's saying. Even if we were to count every single person in this building right now, they would be willing to take that action for the greater good. we have at most what, 60 people on hand? If you're talking about the lineage of 6 different families, including yours, how many people can
There's
there be?
almost nobody left of my family but myself, and if my brothers and sisters and parents are still alive because they were captured last time.
But I mean, that's an if, and that's just one. What about the other remaining 5? We don't know the extent of how far their lineage goes. We don't know how many people there may be. Understand?
That's why we track them down.
We're talking about
What he's talking about, what happens if when you do track them down, even within the time frame, they end up being over 100, over 1,000.
Then there'll be a lot of dead people.
and
Yeah, but are you
and
go-
how far throughout the world are they scattered? How long does it take for us to travel to them? And
All of you are very negative. You know
we have
this, right?
we have a matter of hours in which to execute a
We
plan.
will survive this event. That's not an issue. Calculating the ratio of what goes on, we will survive this.
Okay.
I mean, it's a slim chance, but there's still a survivability. And if we survive, there'll be enough time for the next event.
The next
But you just said it. You just answered his question. If we survive, then we'd have enough time to kill them all off. But right now, as it stands, for the next 2.5 hours, which we're worried about this event, we don't have the time to do that. Now, one thing we can
for planning.
Okay, but we can take the proactive action and take your idea in hand. And should you guys decide to come with me to the warehouse and we were to find one of the members, we can start the process from there. Get it? That's something more feasible.
I haven't interrogated someone since practice. I'm going to enjoy this.
Well, first we need to find somebody from one of their families and to see if there's anything in that place to begin with. We may end up just walking into our own deaths, for all I know. We may be walking into nothing because they cleaned up house. I don't know. And that's the part that I hate. I don't know. There's nothing to go by in order to
that was perfectly timed. There was a serious lag with your saying, I don't. No. Come on,
dramatic effects through modern technology.
Seriously.
By accident.
Hilarious.
Fuck you. I'm into my character.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, so we need that to happen when somebody's about to die and he's going to say, no.
Okay. All right, so then what, if anything, is the plan of action?
Well, I suggested going to the warehouse. I don't know if they're willing to go with me or not.
I do believe our plan is Vona's going to get a shotgun, some shotgun shells, and some body armor, and everybody else is going to get their supplies, and we're going to head down to that
to the warehouse
German guy and take as many prisoners as we can feasibly take to interrogate, but probably leave a few corpses on the ground. Hopefully not ours.
Sounds like a plan of action. All right,
Yeah.
so what I'll do is I'm going to stop it here. We'll pick it up in the next game, and hopefully we'll have everyone attend. But in the interim,
It can join us to die.
Right. For Sage, Morgan, and Von Liam, I am your GM. We'll see you in the next time.